Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Sapna Raghuvanshi, and I hope that you all are doing great in your life. And today guys, I'm very much happy and excited because I'm going to tell a very beautiful and devotional story today. And this is a real story, and this is a heart touching story. And this is a story of a very pure and kind hearted innocent man, and his name was Bhola, and he was a great devotee of Ramji, and by caste he was Kevat. Kevat means boatman. So he was being called by Bhola Kevat by everyone. So before telling this story, I would like to share something. Actually guys, do you know that from where did I hear this story, and I learned this story? So I'm going to share it. Actually, I have learned this story, I have heard this story by my husband, because my husband is quite devotional person, and he always used to watch many more devotional video, just like chant, like Premanandji Maharaj and Dhirendra Shastri, this he is always watching. And sometime there's a beautiful story he used to tell me in my mother tongue, and this story is also one of them. And after hearing this story guys, I can say that I felt in love with this story, and then I decided to tell this story in English, and in this way I can practice my English, and as well as I can spread a good and beautiful message among people about devotion. So let's start the story. Actually guys, this is a story of South India, and means in Vrindavan there lived a saint, and he was being called by Jat Sahab by everyone. So one of the person one day, means he was coming here for offering prayer to God. So he asked to one of the saint who was also living in Vrindavan. So he asked like, why people, all the people are calling him Jat Sahab while he is a saint. So why people are calling him like this? So that time this saint replied like, yes, nowadays he has become a saint, but earlier he was at the post of judge. That's why all the people are calling him Jat Sahab, like by his old name. So then this man again asked like, when he, means why, if he was judge earlier, so why would he become like saint? So that time this saint started telling a story, and the story goes like this. Actually in South India there's a small place like Lok Adalat, and there he was as at the post of judge over there. So in a village there lived a very innocent and kind hearted man, and his name was Bhola. And he means he was a great devotee of Raghunathji. And in that village guys, there's also a very big and beautiful temple of Raghunathji. And Bhola means Bhola knows nothing except of Raghunathji. Means whenever people asked anything about anything, so he always replied only one thing: I know nothing. Only Raghunath ji knows everything. I know nothing. So, and Bhola had two sons and one daughter, and the day passed like this, and day by day, means his daughter now, she has become of marriageable age. So the one day, means his both son told his father like, father, I think now we should take some loan from the wealthy merchant of our village, and we should get our like sister married to a man. So, okay, after listening this, Bhola did the same thing. Bhola just went to a wealthy merchant and asked for some loan to get his daughter married. So, yes, the merchant also agreed and gave some money as a loan. And after verifying everything, like about the interest of the loan, about everything, then he gave money to Bhola, and after taking money, Bhola just returned home, and then they just means Bhola got his daughter married to a man. And after his daughter marriage, Bhola had completely left his house and village, everything. Now he started living in Raghunathji temple. So the day passed like this, and means his son also day by day they started earning good income, and they started receiving like profit in their job. So one day they both just go to their father and told their father, like, father, I think we should now repay the loan that we have received from that merchant. So they gave some money to Bhola, and after taking the money, Bhola just went to that merchant to repay his loan with interest. So yes, so that merchant told about all the money and its interest, and then Bhola gave money to him, means repay. Bhola repaid all the money, and after receiving the money from Bhola, this merchant provided a receipt to Bhola, and this receipt was it's written on in this receipt, like Bhola has repaid all the loan. So when this merchant was giving this receipt to Bhola, so he told Bhola, he asked Bhola, like, Bhola, now just read what is written here. So as usual, Bhola took the receipt and then said, I don't know anything, and only Raghunath ji knows everything, and Raghunath ji knows like what is written in this receipt. So after listening this words from Bhola, this merchant felt greedy, and he started thinking like, yes, I can easily cheat Bhola, and I can take this money again to Bhola. So by this means with this thinking, he said to Bhola, like, okay Bhola, just give this receipt to me, and you just go and get a glass of water for me. So Bhola just went to get a glass of water to that merchant, and what happened meanwhile, guys? Means meanwhile this merchant hide the real receipt in his file number 32, and he just hide it in his file and kept it in his almirah, and then he handed over another false receipt to Bhola. And Bhola was innocent and also illiterate, so he didn't have any idea about this. He just took the receipt and then went to temple and then placed this receipt in Raghunathji's feet. And so the day passed like this, and after a few days this merchant filed a case in court against Bhola, that by blaming Bhola, that Bhola has taken loan to me, and now he is not returning, and whenever I asked him, I told him to return my loan, so he is claiming that he has already returned my loan. So now what happened when he filed the case? So now Bhola had to also present in the court in front of judge. And guys, this is the same judge, means now who has become a saint in Vrindavan. So when Bhola, means Bhola has presented in the court, so first of all the judge Sab asked to Bhola, like did you take a loan from that merchant? So Bhola said, yes, I took. So then he again asked, and did you repay the loan? So Bhola said, yes, I have already repaid all the loan with interest. So that time the judge Sahab again asked, if you repaid, so do you have any proof that you have repaid the loan? So Bhola said that time, yes, I have a proof, and this is the receipt. And guys, this is the false receipt that this merchant has provided to Bhola. So Bhola showed his receipt to judge, and after observing his receipt, Judge Sahab told like Bhola, this is not a proof, and it can't prove you innocent, and it can't also prove that you have repaid all your loan. So after listening these words, Bhola started crying and started saying as usual that I know nothing, only Raghunath ji knows everything, and Raghunath ji knows like what is written in this receipt. I was thinking only one thing, that this is the proof that I have repaid all my loan. So when he started crying, so that time guys, this judge was very kind hearted and generous person, so he felt very sad, and he told Bhola like, yes, don't cry, just stop crying, and now just go home, and I will call you on next hearing, so you have to present on next hearing, so go home now. So after that, just Bhola went from there, and judge this like merchant also left, and then after some time, means the judge also, guys, actually in the court the judge also asked Bhola one thing. I forgot to tell that, sorry guys, but the judge also asked this thing, like when you were giving your loan to that, you were repaying your loan, so that time was there any third person between you both? So that time Bhola replied, yes, when I was repaying my loan, so that time except of Raghunath ji, there was no one. So that time when Bhola said like this, like when I was giving my loan, so that time Raghunath ji was seeing all the thing. So after listening this, the judge started thinking, yes, maybe this Raghunath ji is a person from his village. So that after observing this, then the judge said, okay, just go home now and be relaxed, and I will call you on next hearing, so you have to be present. So okay, Bhola left that day, and after that this judge also means sent a notice on the name of Raghunath ji in that village, and at his own expenses he just issued the notice. So he just sent his peon with the notice, and his peon just kept roaming entire village, and means ultimately he just found himself frustrated by asking to each and everyone, like, who is Raghunath ji? So everyone is saying the same thing, like there is no any person with this name like Raghunath ji. But yes, finally one person say like, yes, there's a temple of Raghunath ji in this village, and not a person of Raghunath ji. So after listening this, finally this peon said, okay, now just tell me the address of the temple, I will go to that temple. And then he went to that temple, and then he saw a priest in front of temple, and he was thinking like this priest, he was thinking he must be Raghunath ji, definite. So that time he just handed over this notice to the priest and said, this is the notice by the name of Raghunath ji. So the priest just took this notice, and he was also getting so much shocked, like this is the first day when someone is giving Raghunath ji a notice. And then he went inside the temple and placed this notice in Raghunath ji's feet, and also he said to Raghunath ji, like God, this is the first day. And he started smiling also, and said like my lord, always all the people, means lots of people used to come here to offer you clothes, offer you food, fruits, flowers, but today is your first day when someone is offering you like notice. So after that that moment Bhola also arrived in the temple, and then this priest asked to Bhola, like why did you mention Raghunath ji name in the court? So that time Bhola said, I did nothing, I just told only truth, and this is the truth, like Raghunath ji is always with me. He was always with me, he is always with me, and he will be always with me. So I told only truth. So that time the priest actually also realized the fact, and then after telling all these things to the priest, Bhola just bow down in front of Raghunath ji and also offer a prayer by saying like he was saying like आज आज इस अनाथ की लाज प्रभु है हाथ तिहारे. And by saying this, Bhola just left from there, and then this priest started feeling emotional, and also he prayed after when Bhola left, he also started praying to God, like God, please help this poor man and help this honest and pure hearted man, and he is your great devotee and you have to come to stand for him. So by offering this prayer, just priest also go to their home. And the next day, guys, in court, means everyone has been presented, like the judge, Bhola, and also Sethji. So when judge Saab asked Bhola, like where is Raghunath ji, where is your eyewitness? So Bhola said casually and politely, like Raghunath ji is always everywhere. So that time Judge Saab didn't notice, and he again asked, like where is Raghunath ji? So again Bhola said, Raghunath ji is everywhere, and you will find him very soon, don't worry. So then the judge said to his peon to make announcement for this Raghunath ji. So the peon started announcing like Raghunath ji, be present, Raghunath ji, be present. And when he announced 3 times, so finally, means a very old man with a stick in his hand and with his waist bent down, just entered the court, and then he has been presented in the court. And when the judge Saab asked to that man, like are you Raghunath ji? So he said, yes, I am Raghunath ji. So he said, how can you prove this thing that Bhola is innocent? And Bhola had repaid the loan. So that time means that poor man told like, yes, I am the eyewitness of, because I saw everything in front of my eyes, and I can prove it easily, and you have to only make this Seth ji stop here and just send your people to Seth ji house, and there's a almirah, and in that almirah there's a file, and in file number 32 in third page there's a real receipt in which it's mentioned that Bhola has repaid the loan with interest, and also Seth ji has signed here. So yes, the Judge Saab did the same thing, means he sent his uh, peon, and finally they got the receipt, the real receipt, and finally means everything has been proved there, and Bhola has been proved as innocent, and this Seth ji means this merchant has been proved as culprit. So after all these things, when means Judge Saab asked Bhola like, where does this Raghunath ji live? So Bhola said, where I live. Raghunath ji live at the same place where I live. So again he asked, and where do you live? So that time Bhola said, where Raghunath ji live. So he said, okay, means you both are living in same village. So Bhola said, yes, we both are living in the same village. So again means this Judge Saab got puzzled and asked like, okay, tell me about this Raghunath ji, means who is this Raghunath ji? Who was this Raghunath ji? So Bhola said this Raghunath ji is the person whose temple was in village. So that time the judge said, but after seeing that person, it didn't feel like he is so rich that he could make such a big temple. So that time Bhola again said Judge Saab, it is very hard to make you understand, because you are a literate person. So it is very hard to make a literate person means understand something about devotional things. So then again the Judge Saab asked like, okay, just please tell me exactly like who is this Raghunath ji. So that time Bhola said, this Raghunath ji is the one who is sitting inside the temple. Whose temple is this? So that time he got to know everything, and then he realized his mistake, and then he went to Bhola village to find out the reality, and then he asked to each and every person, is there any Raghunath ji in this village? So all the people said like, no, there's no Raghunath ji, only there's a temple of Raghunath ji, and Raghunath ji is no one, he is a god, and Bhola is a great devotee of Raghunath ji, like Ram ji. So after listening all this thing, when he returned to his home, so he again asked to his peon, did you observe that man or Raghunath ji who was in the court? So was he the same person? Means to whom you provided the notice? So that time this man, like his peon, started shivering, and he said, no, Judge Saab, actually that was not the same person. Means because he was guys also thinking that the priest was Raghunath ji. So after verifying everything, then finally Judge Saab got to know clearly that yes, he was no one, but yes, he was the god who has been presented in the court as witness of Bhola. So after that he felt so means he started crying so much. And when all everyone like started asking, why are you crying so much, just yeah, so he said, no, today actually I have committed a great sin, and I can't ever forgive myself. Because then all the people said, okay, when you realized your mistake, like yes, God himself stand in front of you, and you were sitting in front of God, so you should feel happy that finally you have seen God in front of your eyes, so just feel happy. But he didn't stop crying, guys. He started crying so much, and also he started repenting and regretting, like means I remained sitting in the court as judge, by being judge, and the God himself was standing in front of me as witness of Bhola. So by observing this thing, he was feeling so much regret and unhappy that he resigned his post. And he started, whenever someone asked like, why are you feeling so sad, means you didn't do anything deliberately, why are you feeling so sad, so he always said one thing like, कुर्सी पे बना जज बैठा रहा, रघुनाथ खड़े समझाते रहे, कुर्सी पे बना जज बैठा रहा, रघुनाथ खड़े समझाते रहे. So guys, finally, means this Judge Saab left everything, his job, his house, his family, means everything, and he just finally he came to Vrindavan and started living there. And he often used to stand, he never wanted to sit in temple, means whenever he is means around the temple, so he is always standing only. And whenever he was offering prayer, he was offering prayer by standing in front of temple. And means all the people used to ask him always like, why didn't you go inside the temple, because he didn't ever go inside. So he was saying only the same thing, like I don't deserve myself to see, to show even my face to God, because I did such a bad thing with God, because in front of me God was standing as witness, and I was sitting in front of God as judge on chair, and in front of me God was standing. So that means from that day he never wanted to sit even, he always wanted to stand only. And whenever he go to any like temple, so he just applied the dust on his forehead by from the door of the temple. And always he was saying only one thing, like what was the special in Bhola, that God himself had to come for him, to stand for him. So why God has only come on this earth, on this land only for Bhola? What was special in Bhola? So yes guys, actually what was special in Bhola, because Bhola was the real and true devotee of God, and he was such a kind hearted and innocent person. So my dear friend, I hope that you must have enjoyed my today's story. It's quite lengthy but today I'm feeling myself so much happy and privileged, like finally in my own word I have told this story before you. And I will try to tell this type of story more and more whenever I hear another story by my husband. Sometimes he's telling all this story in front of me in Hindi, and I have also learned this story in Hindi, and I'm feeling myself so much happy and privileged and honored that yes, finally I have told this story in my own English. So I'm so happy, dear friends. And yes, finally I want to say you only one thing, like whenever you are offering God, you are praying God, so always try to keep your devotion, and always try to prayer God just like Bhola. If you want to do something for God, so only just love to God with your pure heart. And if you do this, then definitely God will come for you in this world. And so with this beautiful story, my dear friend, let's say bye and Jai Shri Ram.